Hello and welcome to Gamers Without Borders. My name is Barney Banks and I have the pleasure of being joined by the UNICEF area representative in the Gulf area, Mr. Eltayeb Adam. First things first, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And thank you very much for having me.
Well, UNICEF is one of the most recognizable charities in the world, but for people who may not be aware, how is UNICEF changing the world?
Indeed, UNICEF is one of the largest agencies for children in the world. And UNICEF is very much changing the world now. We are working on development, but also on humanitarian action. So we work in more than 190 countries and territories to try to reach every child with all the different, child survival and child development assistance. So we work to make sure that children survive, but also children thrive through their lives, through all the life cycle.
Let's focus on your role for a minute, shall we? What does your day-to-day look like working at UNICEF?
Well, I think it's very, very, of course, exciting work to be doing. It's really, very important work for you to be serving children, the children of the world. So it can be a busy day trying to respond to the needs for supporting children affected by, humanitarian crisis, humanitarian, situations. At the same time, also trying to connect with partners, those who support UNICEF, such as, the Saudi, Esport Federation, but also many other public and private sector partners, and also trying to see how we can connect with young people, with children, who will be able to hopefully contribute to the cause, but also to try to give them the space to speak about their needs, their aspirations, and how they see the future there. So it's very, really exciting, but very, of course, busy. Working with multi, partners from the government, from the public sector, from the private sector, but also with children and also with their communities and with their, with schools, teachers, and others who work to serve the children around the world. And of course, we engage very much a lot with media, and to try and also, be able to show what are the needs of children, but at the same time to try and give the opportunity to showcase the stories of children who UNICEF have made, a lot of efforts in changing their lives, and to try and give them every chance and every opportunity to thrive and survive.
Gamers Without Borders and UNICEF have been working together for quite some time now. So why do you feel that Gamers Without Borders is so important to UNICEF?
Well, Gamers Without Borders tournament actually, it just proves and shows that there is different ways, creative ways to bring opportunities for being able to contribute to a humanitarian cause. And we're very, very proud to be, partnering with Gamers Without Borders for the fourth consecutive year. This has been a tremendous, actually, opportunity, but also tremendous support for children. And I'm very much actually also happy to see that Gamers Without Borders is the largest global e-sport, event for charity. But also this year, I think we are very much thrilled and excited to see that Gamers Without Borders have launched the female, e-sport also tournament, which is a great opportunity to provide women with the, from the gamers and talented women to showcase their talents, their skills, but also, an opportunity for them to contribute to the humanitarian cause, to the cause of supporting children, to the cause of changing children's life, but also the cause of course, saving children's life. And also, I see it's an opportunity actually to be able to engage with more, a wider sector of young people there, and to see how they can also contribute to the cause of UNICEF and to the cause of humanitarian action, but also our mandate and mission to reach every child.
We're asking each of the charities this year quite a similar question, because before I let you go, I'd love you to essentially send a message to the gamers that are competing. Our gamers, they really relish the fact that they get to compete in something that they love and also for a good cause. So, is there a message that you would like to say to the gamers who are competing this year?
Thank you so much. I think first of all, really, I would like to wish the gamers and their teams all best of luck, in the race. But I would like also to thank them for all the contribution they have made to UNICEF over the last three tournaments. In 2020, when we received $3.9 million US, and in 2022 also we received $6.4 million, which helped us really to step up efforts to lead the largest vaccine procurement and supply operations in the world, as a response to the challenging, devastating, impacts of COVID-19. So that's really, it's a very strong and very much appreciated contribution. At the same time, also just last year, actually, we received 3.9 million, also, which helped us to reach children affected by conflicts in Ukraine and Sudan, and also in some of the other toughest places in the world there to mention. But also the message I was going to say, the support this year, of course, will help us to reach children affected by what we call silent and forgotten crisis. Children in this silent and forgotten crisis also have the same needs as children also affected by crisis, which are always on the media. So we hope that they will also donate and provide support to UNICEF to be able to reach those children with water and sanitation, with health care services, with vaccination, with education, with protection, but also with therapeutic food, to try and actually provide nutrition assistance to children who are malnourished in the world, children who are suffering from acute, malnutrition, severe acute malnutrition, children who are wasted actually there. Their support is really tremendous to saving life of children, but also to, of course, changing the lives of children. And I would like really to see that they will donate to UNICEF so that we can reach those vulnerable children. Now we have seen that there are more children actually in need of humanitarian assistance, at the levels which compared to the World War II. There, children are affected by climate change, impacts. There are now actually 1 billion of children living in countries that are, kind of affected or prone to climate change effect. So the needs are growing, and their support will really very much appreciated. And I know that UNICEF also is in the race of trying to reach those children, trying to provide support to vulnerable children, to save children's life, and also and also change children's life. So I invite them actually to join this race, to be supporters of UNICEF, and really always highly appreciate their contribution and the support. It's a good cause to be able to support UNICEF efforts to change children's life, but also to save children's life, and to ensure that every child can survive and thrive. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to join me in this interview. Best of luck with everything that UNICEF is setting out to achieve in 2023 and beyond.
Thank you.